Y'all gotta stop helping Drake, man. Y'all gotta stop helping Drake. Let me tell y'all something. Keep it quick. Every time you say this rollout is boring, so fans are losing excitement, you are not hurting Drake. You are helping Drake because you're not putting the blame where it belongs. It has nothing to do with the dull, long, boring Iceman rollout. And it has everything to do with the songs being mid at best. The last one was actually trash to me. Mid at best. When you're coming off your first album after a beef, you know everyone is clued in. Everybody wanted to hear Nas's Godson. Everybody wanted to hear Jay-Z's The Blueprint 2. These are their first albums coming back from war. And they both sold really well, with me more leaning towards Godson. Although I kind of preferred Jay-Z's Clapback on The Blueprint 2, which was fire. But the beef was over with, so no one really cared as much. But listen, take Drake's biggest hits, and after you take his biggest hits, put it on this boring rollout. What if Drake would have did this rollout and the first thing he dropped was Nice for What? If he would have dropped Nice for What, it still would have been high on streaming services right now because it was a massive hit that the ladies love playing in the club, building them self-confidence, which is something that Drake is good at. Now, what if the second one was the second boring rollout he did with Central C, but the song that was played was Godson? It'd have been on every streaming service, radio station. It would have gained massive appeal. And at worst, people would have been like, rollout was boring, but this man is dropping fire. These songs are a problem. And these songs are a serious problem for me because your back is against the wall. There is no time like now to drop hits, and these songs suck. Now, when I think it is, I always try my hardest before I hit this record button to try to play devil's advocate. The only way out, I thought, was maybe he knows because I'm Drake and because it's coming off of the beat, people gonna check me out anyway, so let me save my hits. But then right before I hit record, even on the best possible case scenario you could possibly make up for Drake. Write one in the comments if you could take up for him better than that. Even on the best way of taking up for him. It still would have drove first week sales, which is what Drake is obsessed with, to drop one of the biggest hits from Iceman on the rollout prior to the album coming out. That's it. It hurts you to drop mids because all you're doing is getting negative publicity. And to me, like, just the whole idea of the rollout is stupid. And this is coming from someone who loves gritty A24 independent like films, which this rollout kind of gives you the look of. Because if he's doing this for 2 hours and he got three songs, he wants you to watch a moody, quiet, him walking around some dark city working on an ice truck for 6 hours and only giving you less than 9 minutes of actual movies. 6 hours and less than 9 minutes of actual music. The idea in itself is inherently stupid. Inherently stupid. So I don't understand that. Because I'm not gonna make a Bobby Altoff interview video. The only thing I want to add in that, if I say something good about Drake, Drake is funny. He's funny. I can tell that he was the guy who was friends with the girl who looked good in high school. You can see that aura that he gives off. He just became freaking super rich, but he was the guy who was friends with the pretty girl in high school. Other than that, I found it like he's trying to hide in the court case that he only is upset that Kendrick Lamar made him out to be the P word when Kendrick Lamar didn't. Kendrick Lamar opened our eyes to think about that. The internet made you that way when they went to do their research and found all of these questionable dealings with people hovering around 17 to 18, 19 years old. That's what did you in when people actually went to look. But that's not even the point. The point is, in that Bobby Altoff interview, he went into depth and said how he was sensitive and how it hurt his feelings that people were trying to say like he's leeching off other people, clearly pointing at the third verse and not like us. I'm gonna keep it simple. It's simple for my generation. Bro, you was in a beef Someone said something about you in the beef, and you just did an interview saying how they hurt your feelings. You just admitted that a man made up a lie, and you can't hide behind. Nobody don't want that. Nobody want to be called a P word. You can't hide behind that, bro. This is just regular dissing stuff. You made songs with people in Atlanta, and a dude dissing you is supposed to make you look bad. Said that you leached off Atlanta, and you got in an interview saying that it hurt your feelings, bro. This is why Drake is not like us. He doesn't see anything wrong with this. That is a W for Kendrick Lamar, because you can't hide behind this is such a horrible name or whatever. This is a regular diss line. The only reason this was amazing was in Kendrick Lamar's storytelling ability, in that he didn't just say one line, he built an entire verse around it that led up to something, which just shows proof when Kendrick Lamar said he actually studies battle rap, other than Drake, who says he studied battle rap and then come off this horrible. But like, it's Kendrick's delivery that made this so powerful. But if you really listen to it, all he's saying is that you leached off people. That is not a killer line. You leached off other rappers, and then you do an interview and you say how that hurts your feelings, and you want to explain it. That is an L. That's embarrassing. Biggest thing I took away from that interview. But yeah, stop saying that the rollout is what's making this horrible. The songs are not good. It's just that simple.